Hello guys, this will be a guide to playing Kingdom of England. It will be a basic guide to starting as England. As you can see, you start with quite the deficit here. So you're gonna be panicking, right? If you're new to the game. Let's start off right off the bat. We click on the economy tab. You can click it also here where the gold is and automate all of these. Diplomatic spending to 0. We just want to stabilize the economy. We also want to go for army maintenance. We want to keep the navy maintenance because we're gonna press here patrolling the sea to increase proximity. That will be another video if you want to talk about that, if you want me to talk about proximity. But you want to do that always in peacetime. And then you want to elect your uncle or nephew, or his uncle, because he's our crown cabinet, which means he will give a base of 25 crown power to the political power that you have. Always elect crown members, always. And then we're gonna elect myself as king into this army. That's gonna give us additional 25%. It's gonna be really good. And then we're gonna go over here to the cabinet positions here. Also keep in mind, we are 12% crown power. It is extremely low. So we want to raise it as much as possible, and unfortunately we want to even grant someone like her, because she's of our crown, English crown, so we're going to grant her a cabinet right. It's going to cost us 20 legitimacy. It's going to be expensive, but we want her into the cabinet. And you do all of these on pause, okay? Because you can do this for free during the pause. Because these promote to the head of the cabinet is quite expensive if you on pause. But now it's free. And this is gonna be giving us additional 25% when she's the head of the cabinet. Usually it gives a small percentage only. So we're getting massive boost right now playing this. And we want to make sure we're investing in legitimacy, because maintaining at 100% is much cheaper than maintaining, for example, at 71. It's much cheaper, so we will always want to do that. Then we want her to work on strengthening the government. And we keep this empty, because if we give this position to a noble or anyone else, it's gonna be quite expensive. But you could, if you want to, if you really want someone, give it to a burgher or clergy. I think burghers are, let's see, I don't really look into this. Let's see, burghers, I think we can elect them, let's see. If we can't, then we know. Okay, burghers can't be elected, then the next one will be clergy, because they don't have as high base, but absolutely do not elect a noble here. They have 58%. So you can still elect clergy, and do not touch any estates. We will touch that later, not in this video, but later. You want to first stabilize the crown, because below 25% you get massive debuffs here that are absolutely brutal. So you absolutely do not want to go under 25%. And these cabinets, even when they're empty, work on anything that you assign it to. They're not as efficient, but that's fine. We don't need them to be efficient. We just need to get the crown power in to a nice spot, you know. And then we want to go for even more crown power, autocracy. And because we started the game rivaling France and Scotland, there seems to be no threatening enemy here. You can see if they're threatening, if they have these bars here, green bars. It's just a rival Portugal. They're not that significant. And then let's research. I'm gonna just show you a few. I always go for organized because that's must. You can only go for that. Then guilds. Then institution, actually food of purchase, and then institutions. Then we're gonna go for RGO. That's a good base for early game. And then you can go for other things here. But I'm not gonna show you that. This is just an early guide. And then regulated export. Go for that. Don't go for export ban or unlimited. We want to go for regulated. That's a good one. And if you want, you can also go for infrastructure later on. It's good, but let's just go first come, first served, okay? And later on we can go for infrastructure. And then just, I think it's actually done now. Yeah, and before we unpause, I kind of forgot almost. make sure you're having your sergeantry increases their local crown power by 25%. It's not as a big boost because it's only local crown power only in England. Pressing, then, you know, it's a quite small base actually because you have a big country here. But the next one you want to make sure you have is Royal Court, which you do have as England. Not all countries have these, so make sure of that, guys. And then you want to make sure that all of this is built. And now we can unpause. And you also have to consider what is your economy as England. What do you see here? You see a lot of wool. A lot of wool here. And what is wool used for? It's used to make paper, cloth spinning guilds, and fine cloth eventually. So your economy early on is going to be especially focused on wool making and transforming the raw material into paper and books and everything. That's how you kickstart the early economy. And then there's, you know, natural harbors like these. London, we have the market. We want to make this capital a massive capital. And then we want to make, for example, another market and another capital here. Why? Because it's a good harbor and a good place to put a market. And the market access here is quite bad, as you can see. It's only 80%, so you're losing 20% of your goods here and produce. And it's even worse here, like even worse here. It's 62%, quite awful. But another thing, silver is a crazy good resource here. So it's next to silver, it's a good harbor, and then it then transform the proximity from here to the next silver here. And even better, it goes through all these iron mines here, which are gonna be really good. And even lead. This is a crazy zone to have a local governor, but of course, guys, this starts off as a small settlement here. Not even a town, none of that. And it's a vassal, but you're gonna want to improve their opinion, and we want to annex them as soon as possible and start developing that area. And then we can improve Castile and Aragon. But that's how I would play it. I have the map mode where it shows me as England, but all these tiny lands are vassals, of course. And then I just play. And let's see how it goes. Let's see if we forgot anything here now that I think about it. Let's check the crown power. Now we have 28%, guys. It's doing much better. And also, I forgot, guys. Let's automate trade and close and subsidize buildings. That's usually what I like. And then there's, you know, other things. If you're really new, go for RGO. If you're really new, if you have no clue what to do. And we want to make sure, you see, as soon as we're starting to play now, we're getting much better. We are going to defy the French and make preparation to invade France. That's what we want to do personally. Also, let's start to build markets. Markets are so important early game, or I mean the entire game. Let's start off the bat making four of them, and then you can see the population demand in London market. Let's check London market. There is a massive demand for fine cloth, so we want to make fine cloth, and we want to make trading posts because we don't have any fur in England. In London market, so we want to be able to trade, and we get that from marketplaces because they increase the capacity that we can import and export out of the country. And we want some fruit, so we can go for one fruit next to the capital because it's next to the capital. It means it has good proximity, so we get something useful out of it. And then let's make sure we build one wheat, for example. I'm just, you know, going for like a starting position for you, and then start building some cloth. And you want to make sure you develop your capital first, guys. You want to really develop your capital first. Let's see what we want. Let's see. We want to create a truce with France. Yes, we want to stabilize the market here. Stabilize the nation here. So we want to create a truce with France and attack them later on. And you want to basically, since you also have a paper industry, you can create some books. It's going to be really good because books create value. They create demand in your market. So then you can go for, you know, paper. Paper is needed for bookmaking and dice. But all of these things you can go for. Okay, we can go for one die here. Don't overdo these. You see how the market evolves. And also we can see here in this tab, building tab, jewelry is very big for us. So you want to make sure you are building these. This is a good place to see what good you want to make. What are really profitable. This is how you kind of kickstart off your economy. This is just supposed to be a very basic guide. And let's see how it goes here. I'm gonna see how it goes because I have not played this in a while. I know we're at war with France, but you see how it is, the economy and everything. Also, God, I forgot to. But you should do, guys. What you should do. This is what I forgot, guys. Also, yeah, this is gonna scuffed guide, but let's see. We want to take all of these fortifications, all of these. There's way too many castles for you. Like maybe keep one or two, but that's I kind of forgot. If you want a good economy, make sure you're dismantling your forts. I completely forgot. There was something I swore I couldn't remember. But you see, as soon as I did that, we can afford this now. Keep your capital. Keep this one maybe because France are gonna landfall here. They're also gonna landfall here sometimes, but this is not as important. You know, it's quite far away and we have no control over here. That's how I would start playing the game. The most important, guys, do get the crown power, guys. Do get that. And if you guys like this guide, it's gonna be a scuffed basic guide. And by no means am I a professional, but I do have quite a bit of hours in this game. And if you like my content, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, like the video, and also, guys, I do stream. I stream on YouTube and Twitch. So if you are into live streams, make sure you are guys tuning into my streams in the future, either by going to my Twitch channel or subscribing to the YouTube channel. Other than that, guys, I hope you have a great day and see you on the next video.